help me welcome Linda Fellion with the evaluation for Chrys.
What an interesting topic. As what I think of as a formerly chronically sleep-deprived person, this topic meant a lot to me. I really related to it. I've struggled in my life with the balance between taking time to exercise and taking time to sleep. And so I have periodic, through most of my work life, gotten up very early so that I could exercise, which meant I was falling asleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What I found really interesting about your talk was, number one, the way it was organized. You asked us about whether we had this problem, tried to engage us by asking us to raise our hands. Then you talked about why the problem was important and all the neurological problems that could be related to not getting enough sleep, and then presented a solution and encouraged us to learn by giving us a reference where we could go and get more information. That was one of the things that the evaluation asked, is how did you encourage your audience to learn? So I think you did make a good case for going and finding more information, but with enough information that we could immediately take some action by just spending a little more time outside. So that's what I really appreciated. I got a little bit of the credibility from what the scientists that you referenced credibility was. I would have liked to hear whether there was other people who corroborated that, or whether that was a controversial point of view. I wasn't sure of whether everybody thought that vitamin D was the solution, or whether this was something innovative and unique to this particular scientist.
No,
so,
she's just the leading. Yeah.
So that would have been an interesting piece of information to have in your speech. In terms of your presentation, you seemed engaged and excited, as you always do. Most of your gestures, I thought, were really effective. What I wasn't sure was what some of the looking at the floor was about. It didn't quite fit for me in terms of the points you were trying to make. So you might think about the purposeful gestures you need to make to emphasize your points. Other than that, I thought it was an intriguing and thought-provoking presentation, and I encourage you to continue with the Speaking to Inform. I look forward to hearing more of them. So we'll move into the round-robin evaluation. I saw Greg's hand shoot up already.
Chrys, I think the only thing that I really thought could be improved on is you should have worked it out probably with the sergeant at arms. You always seemed like you were way away. You hung too close to your computer, so that could have been worked out so you could have been closer up to the audience, because you were always kind of back a little bit. It was the only thing I saw. Good speech, though. I liked it.
CPAP, what is that?
Oh, I don't know the real name for it.
I hear about these, and I know what they are, but there could be a lot of people that have no clue what a CPAP is.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Good. Other comments? Diana.
I liked having a personal story. I wondered how it ended.
You know, she doesn't go into that, so I can't. But hopefully, you know, she says if you watch her videos, and she has more than one, the one I referenced is her earliest. She talks about the fact that most of the time her patients get better with the sleep, but you do have to be careful with vitamin D. There's a range. If you're below or above the range, your sleep is affected.
We're not having an evaluation right now.
Good point. Thank you, Dana. Sorry.
Having a discussion.
We're having a discussion.
Other comments?
Well, back to the computer thing, I think if there was some way, I don't know, you know, about power or what, if the computer could have been farther up.
Yes, we had automatic clicker.
We try and set the batteries down.
Okay, so this is my portion. If it could be a little farther up and you could be looking at the screen instead of having to turn around and refer to the screen. That's one thing that I find to be really effective, is to have it farther up.
Yeah.
So you could be looking at it and referring to it.
Well,
So I just don't know.
it doesn't show on the screen because I used Google.
Oh.
So it only shows up there.
Never mind then. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But my evaluations don't use Google. Okay, go on.
Alex has a comment to make.
I liked your information. I thought it was very well organized, Chris. One of the things I noticed that you see quite a bit as a transition.
Mhm.
Be cognizant of that. I really appreciate the suggestions. It's something that I can take part in, see about implementing in my life.
As I was up there, I was concerned about walking, pacing. Was that bothersome?
You went back and forth, not back and forth,
Okay,
in my mind.
okay. So, thanks.
And you did ask me, Chrys, to look at coherence and rambling. I didn't feel like there was any rambling in the speech. It felt like you prepared well. So what I heard was watching your transitions, your position with your technology might have been looked at, and clarifying some of the technical terms that you used in the speech so people could understand better.
I'm just curious about the time. It seemed like it was longer than 5 to 7 minutes.
So do we have
Yeah.
a timer's report?
9:13.
I planned it for 8 to 10, but I forgot to tell anybody that. So, oops. Oops.
That's a good comeback.
Well, that's what I did on Monday too. I practiced it one other time.
And I should have come to you, I just saw 5 to 7. and
I forgot.
I wanted to make sure I got keys, so.
Any other comments? So if that will conclude our evaluation of Chris's presentation.